What's going on, and welcome back to the A Show, the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Justin, here with Meelz. What's up, Meelz?
What's up, man? Locking in.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. I do have chips and dip as we speak. I bought a quesadilla today, and then I bought chips and what do they call the cheese again?
Queso?
Yeah, queso blanco, something along those lines. Anyway, I got it, and then I ate the quesadilla, and I was like, I don't really feel like eating the chips and dip anymore. And then I was like, maybe I should eat it right before this. But then I was like, queso right before this podcast feels, especially at the hour we record, feels like a dangerous decision I'm playing at this hour of the night. Because it might...
I like that.
It might start bubbling. I don't know. I might start bubbling. It's popping up. But otherwise, I'm fine. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm exhausted. I'm recovering. It's been a busy week. Busy week for me. But
very busy. Yeah, it's a lot of great work that you're doing. So shout out to you and your team.
Thank you. Coming out of on the other end there. But yeah, hopefully I can relax this weekend. I think I wasn't able to do that a lot last weekend, but hopefully I'm able to do that this weekend.
What does one do to relax during a weekend, a J5 relaxing weekend?
I think going to the movies is one.
Oh, of course.
Last weekend I did do that to kind of wind down last weekend. Mm-hmm. Going to the movies, I think cooking, I think is my favorite thing to do to kind of like get back in my space, and I want to get back into model kits and stuff. I've gone away from it. I don't know why. It's like one of my favorite things to do. You guys know I would make one every freaking week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really went away from that, and I need to get back to it.
Work really ruins your life in a way that
it wasn't even work. Honestly, bro, it wasn't even work. It literally was just like I fell off of it, and I don't know why.
Do you feel well? Okay. I hear you. Well, let's get back on it, because I definitely need to. I'm waiting for the weather's finally good again. I can finally go run, but do I want to run? I feel good that I have a job that's kind of flexible with the time. So in case I did want to run in the morning, I could always just go into work afterwards at whatever time I decide to walk in, as long as I answer my Slack. But I'm not going to want to go in after I run in the morning. I get insanely tired. So who knows? I'm trying to get back and stretch and get a little bit more limber and flexible and all the other stuff like that. There's no particular reason. Just, just improvement of health. What else? What can I say? What's some interesting stuff that's dropped this week besides the grim shit? It's just, JetBlue, Spirit. Have you ever rode Spirit? That's a good question.
I did. I rode Spirit one time to San Francisco, and they put me on the wing, and I got there in 50 minutes.
Literally on the wing, or?
Literally on the wing. I did not enjoy Spirit, but I understand that there are people who need something like that. But like, air travel is just dire in general.
Yeah, I heard JetBlue's going down. I'm like, not JetBlue.
They are?
That's what I heard. I heard JetBlue might be the next one.
Sheesh. That's a bummer.
Yeah, it's an interesting but that might have been, I don't know, it might be internet conjecture. I swear I saw it somewhere that JetBlue might be next, but I hope it's not.
Yeah.
But listen, man, this isn't gonna be the last time we're hearing about all types of people losing their jobs and cuts, huh? Isn't this the state of wrestling? Huh? Pay cut talk. You know what I'm saying? Oh. I guess it puts things in perspective, right? Like when you really look at it, like this isn't just, as much as people are like talking about this as this kind of like you know, industry evil thing. It's not just, wrestling. It's kind of in all industries.
I think that people's enjoyment of pro wrestling for some strange reason is like strangely tied to like these existential things, but I think that it makes it very easy to care about it when it's like people look at it as an escape, but I also think that like people also don't try to make it an escape where it's like everything in the world is making everyone bummed out. Everyone puts the pressure. I mean, I guess some people do put the pressure on their shoulders. There are people that
Mhm.
are performative about this, obviously, yes, and they're doing this for engagements purposes. But like,
Mhm.
I just don't believe in putting the weight of the world on an escape. You know what I mean? Like these people are. I trust the people that work at these places to do what's best for their families at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And then also I'm sure there's a study of the link of the internet to parasocialism just in general.
Oh yeah,
I
we can talk about that all day.
Yeah, I do think it's just, again, it's not just native to wrestling. We look at things, we see how people react to it, and it's coming back pretty soon. So I'm sure we'll have to live through it again. Love Island and other social media
Oh,
stuff.
next month, next.
Yeah, so I'm bearing down the hatches, to be honest with you. And then what else? I mean, just music in general. Like it's really the internet. It makes it seem, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like Love Island in a sense, right? It's kind of like you live in this world where you think that's all that there is. So now you really are starting to act like this is all that it is. I'm not talking about from a fan perspective. I'm talking about from the people that are actually there, that you think that all that it is. And if you really live on wrestling Twitter all day, you really, that's the only kind of entertainment enjoyment that you have, you really think that's all that it is.
Yeah,
Um, Realistically, there's so much more to it. So it's interesting. It's an interesting world. NXT just ended. They really reset NXT. Like it's boy.
I'm excited for this episode of this week's NXT. I think a lot of people have actually hit me up on the side, like saying like, "Oh, this week's episode is actually kind of awesome. It's actually feels fresh."
I would love to see your thoughts on the Keanu Carver segment.
I don't like that kid.
He's a we get I don't want to say more in depth into his character. It's kind of everything that you imagine it would be. But I would say this is the most that they've attempted to peel something back in terms of like why he acts the way he acts, but it's not that far of a peel. So
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure other than him, notwithstanding, like I heard the rest of the show was pretty awesome this week, so I can't wait.
yeah, it's an interesting. I like how, in terms of Keanu Carver, I like that it's a new kind of story, but it's also like it kind of makes him feel
What?
like a delinquent,
What
like
are
a
they basing it off the LFG thing?
no. It's just that it's just that he seems angry without a real cause. Like there isn't, it's not grounded in like the spectacle of wrestling, right? I'm not mad because the people don't like me. I'm not mad because, you know, I have to work hard or I'm better than you. It's not grounded in that. He's just mad because he mad. He mad because he grew up the way he grew up, and that's just how it is.
Grew up a
So
screw.
yeah.
You remember that song?
I do. I do. That was not only was it my ringtone, I think I changed it to my MySpace name as well.
You love that. You love
I was a
Ludacris, man.
big Ludacris. I was a big
Yeah,
Ludacris fan. Huge.
love you some Ludacris.
Huge.
You still do. I'll blow her up. Balloons.
Oh my god. Yeah. Absolutely. We actually got a lot to talk about this week. There's actually a lot going on.
Okay, I guess we can
It's
get
it's a free show though. Shout out to the free show.
Oh man, it's a free show. Fuck already.
Yeah, Patreon. Well, it's Backlash this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And then
going
we'll have
back.
another one.
People are going back to why is it five matches? I'm like, man,
When you
y'all
thought it was
complain.
WrestleMania every month, nigga.
You was mad. You go
I
ahead.
think
Sorry.
that the one critique I saw about definitely Backlash Tampa, Backlash : Tampa, was that they're airing the first two matches on ESPN2. So niggas is just like, so we paying $30 for 3 matches? And I'm like,
That's not that.
chances are if you see ESPN2, you can see the rest of the show for free.
Chances are, if you're watching on ESPN2, you have the whole thing. You're already paying for the show. That's just not. I swear that wrestling fans can't even get the performative part right. Like I
No.
feel like music fans, pop stands, movie fans, they get it right. They get
No,
the
because they do the research. Yeah.
exactly. Like they do it. They would have never got tripped up in no basic math like that.
Like that and the music licensing thing we're talking about, which is to me is such a
The music licensing thing, I swear to you, is the most ridiculous thing. Shout out to Rob, Ugly New York. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. And I say this as somebody who works in the okay, here's my background, right?
sure.
I worked in the industry at UMG and catalog. I work at Warner Music Group right now, currently in Frontline. And Frontline is like all the artists that come out, the newer artists or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I work with the sync department. I work with them in catalog, and I work with them somewhat in Frontline. But I already know how sync works. So the big issue right now is what the AFI song doesn't appear on the ESPN broadcast, but it does appear on the YouTube. So you tell people that, and they're just like, "Well, if it could appear there, then does it appear there?" They're like, "What's the difference?" It's the difference is the contracts that they set up for this, because that video one day could go away on YouTube, and people will be even more upset. But it's still there right now. Sync deals are not a all encompassing. It's piece by piece. So AFI, for example, their publishing could be over here for sports and entertainment, right? But it could be something else for video games. So it's a different royalty rate, different perpetuity rate, and these things could go up, Meelz. So they could say, okay, I'll give you this for 365 days at $200K, but it could go up the next year. It could go up. It could go up. It can continuously go up. I saw somebody say, "Well, it's not even the most expensive song in the world." You don't know that. You
have no idea.
You do not appraise how much royalties Davey Havoc and AFI get from these songs. The album that it came from, which was it had Girls Not Grey on there. It was fucking Sing the Sorrow, one of their biggest albums ever. This is not a song that is not going to amass a fee with it. So you then negotiate with lawyers, of course, a perpetuity deal. That deal is for however much. It is probably different for the way that it broadcasts on ESPN than it is on YouTube. ESPN is a streaming service that you have to pay $30 for. Some people pay more, right? I don't know, but they have to get. A lot of times they don't get royalties for that every time it gets played. They can't properly predict how many people will watch that show over and over again. So if they say 1 million people watch WrestleMania, 1 million people aren't watching WrestleMania every day. So the 200 people that are complaining about it online, some of them might be bought. So let's make it more like 20. The complaining about it online are literally the minority of what actually happened in that deal. That deal was for everyone who watched it on ESPN Meelz the day that it happened. Y'all pop because it happened that day. The moment is over. They just needed it for that day. For that specific sync deal. So that sync deal is over because, for one, ESPN is probably not paying out royalty rates for that song.
Fuck no.
That is how this works. And they say, oh, well, they're making $1 billion. A sync budget is not the same as the talent budget, which is not the same as the marketing budget, which is not the same. But like, I feel like people don't know how life and contracts work. And that's just literally how it works. And I think
it's more the arrogance of it all, right? Like calling them like cheapskates and like, of course they're making hand over fist money. And I'm like, but that's not ultimately at the end of the day, they're like, well, Tony can pay for it. And I'm like, how Tony decides to use his money and how WWE decides to use their money are two different ways of how they decide to use their money.
Completely different and different goals here. The goal here wasn't for Punk to his theme is not Miseria Cantare. Like that's not his theme. You know, they're probably paying hand over fist for Living Color. And that's the new version.
Yeah.
That's the new version. So that comes with a whole new sync. People do not understand how the fuck this shit works, and I would beg them to tell me how much this song costs. I bet you can't find it nowhere. Because
imagine a wrestling journalist would do the actual research and come up with the reasons why, considering it's been such
they won't say anything. And then if they do, it'll be like like, come on, guys, that's ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous to think that it is possible to have a sync deal go that long. And if you're paying a sync deal that goes that long, knowing that these fucking royalty rates go up every year, that's crazy. That's on you. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. I think that because the thing is that other companies do this. Literally, other companies do this all the time. This is,
or sometimes they just don't, and they just play the song, and they don't pay. Like ROH or ECW or anything.
Well, but now you don't see any of that happen. So like, what? And again, you don't even know who worked this deal out. Was it part of WWE had, and that's the biggest disclaimer too. It's only WWE YouTube, right? But it's not on the ESPN. It's not on the ESPN app. So that means the deals with WWE, not ESPN. They are not the same company. WWE only licenses their property to ESPN, not the music or not all the music that comes with it.
Right. Especially not on music it's a
contract 101. These are for you babies who don't know how things work.
I mean, there's a lot of niggas who don't know how it works, but I'm glad that you expressed this and kind of really kind of broke it down, because I don't think anyone, like, for as much of a hullabaloo it became and as much of a reporting it without like the reasons why it would happen. Like, you would get in typical things, like if this was an article on Billboard, you'd get the reasons why this is why it's happening or something along those lines. And I get that they're not music buffs, but at least do a little minor bit of research. If you're going to aggregate it, if you're going to push it, that the music is there on this, but not on this, and leave it there, at least try to explain it. Because they really, besides pick and choose what to explain, and I'll actually go into the next bit of news. And I want to actually get your opinion on this, if this report is worth anything. Over the weekend, a stray article on Twitter. This is why my red flags are up. It's a stray article on Twitter from a Sports Illustrated writer who only covers the Jets.
Damn.
Yeah. I did the research in terms of like, okay, where's this man coming from? Why is he reporting this kind of out of the blue? Why is it just on Twitter and not on an actual website or anything of the rather? But John McMullen reported some news essentially saying that AEW and Warner Brothers sources claim that Warner Brothers has informed Tony Khan that in the summer he informed them in the summer of 2025 that the plan was for WB to be sold and they would be others making decisions on their future programming. Makes sense. Because it's going to be sold and someone else will make a decision. And that the agreement included in 2028 option that Warner Brothers Discovery could have exercised. The idea is that the sale was coming and blah, blah, blah. Essentially, go somewhere else, AEW, because the sale is coming. You will not be part of WBD in the future. I kind of want to ask you if this report is worth anything, just because of kind of like all the red flags I got all around it. Again, this is something that we predicted nonetheless, right?
Yeah, I think it's not something. It's not something that you shouldn't be looking at as like a problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this isn't. I'm not saying homie is lying, but like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, these things don't come up for no reason.
This is coming from also he cites as a source industry agent Nicola Piccolo.
Yeah, Piccolo,
who AEW has a vendetta against him, and he has a vendetta against AEW for et cetera, et cetera.
He's hit sometimes. He's hit.
Yeah.
We're not gonna act like he don't hit or he hasn't hit. He's hit on some things. Like, people don't want to admit it, but he's hit on some things. I'm not gonna say this is like the thing that he's necessarily hitting correctly on, but I think that it's worth having the conversation, right? So the conversation right now is this going to happen? Has this conversation happened? I would be shocked if it didn't. I think it'd be stupid if they didn't have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they absolutely should have warned and clued Tony in, but Tony's halfway Mr. Poker Face, not gonna admit that these things happen, but like I just don't see a path for them within WBD Paramount because of the relationship that Paramount has with TKO.
Sorry, just to add on to that, the sprouting up of my AEW the app is also kind of telling in this aspect.
Bleeding money. That just seems like something that will fucking bleed money, right? Like
right.
There's no way that's y'all plan. Like streaming services take a long time to like break even on, if they ever do, and they, as we see, they never do.
My nigga, we have never heard of this app ever again. I don't know. I haven't watched the show in weeks, but
again, like these are things that like we know that they don't really work, and they only work in tandem with something. WWE tried it, and it only worked in tandem with this or in tandem with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no telling what the fuck is gonna happen with this fucking app when it happens. But here we are again, where we're questioning what the deal is, or where they're gonna be at, or what their TV deal is gonna be. I don't think a streaming service is part of that plan and won't be a part of that plan. Be real.
I think it's interesting. I mean, no one has seemed to like follow up on any reporting on this. I did look on kind of the
ask. They don't want to ask.
I kind of looked at the two major websites. I look at I guess the Wrestling News, Sports Illustrated hasn't covered it. The Wrestling Observer newsletter hasn't covered it. Fightful did cover it, but they only covered that Tony Khan and WBD said it's not a story. So they covered the story. The first time them covering the story is Tony Khan.
But of course they would say it's not a story, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like in my brain, I'm like, yeah, they would. I mean, you don't know the vernacular that it is. Of course, they're going to deny the claims that this conversation might happen, but it's not to say that a conversation hasn't happened. It might have just not happened in the way that's being described here. So, but the definitely the elephant in the room is like Paramount, UFC, TKO. Will it be able to air alongside that? It's not that we don't know if WWE or TKO or Endeavor has a deal where it's like competitors cannot air on the same streaming thing. I assume they do. Because AEW has been a thing for a number of years, which in turn leaves very few places for AEW.
It ain't even very few. It ain't no path. It ain't no path. Nick LaPiccolo said YouTube, but I don't even. They're not actually cutting deals. You know what I'm saying? They're not cutting deals for no AEW. You know what I mean? Like they don't even cut a deal with WWE. You know what I'm saying? How many NXT pay-per-views were on YouTube before they went right to CW? You know what I'm saying? Because they're not cutting deals for these things.
Yeah, they're not.
Like it's just not a thing that happens.
AAA airs every week, and it's not a deal.
They have a TV deal in Mexico that they're getting money off of, so they can do that here.
Right. So like, it's even Saturday Night's Main Event. Saturday Night's Main Event here airs on Peacock, but internationally it airs on YouTube. It's really just a hub for being places able to access something
for places that have homes. And I think that like we'll talk about it with people that could potentially be going there or should go there, or people think that they're going there. I'm just like that at some point the train getting full, no?
I mean, I'm sure JC Mateo would love.
I'm sure he likes a lot of shit right now. We're gonna get to him.
Yeah, we're gonna get to him. But no, I mean, I think at least the conversation needs to be had. I'm sure Tony will deny it. Tony has denied it, is what I'll say. Every time Tony's kind of approached on like, what do you think about this? He's like, we have great partners at Paramount. I know this guy. I know this person. I know this person. I know that person. And we have a great relationship, and my father has a great relationship, and I'm sure that we can work on something. He said the same thing about Netflix. He said the same thing about Paramount. He said the same thing. At some point, people are going to need hard, actual answers.
At some point, the truth is going to come out. They're on their option year coming up, right? They're on their option year coming up.
Yeah.
If they're not picking up the option, we're going to know that they haven't picked up the option by the fall or earlier.
and Nielsen is changing its formula around so many damn times. They don't know what the rating is at this point.
Well, I think the Nielsen thing is like super fucking interesting because it's like it coincided with the change that they made to the title, and then they swapped the title, and now it just looks like Darby is like the fucking worst. He looks terrible. They couldn't have done this at a worse time. This is why we said they should have did it last year.
Yeah, or just not do it at all at this point. I mean, MJF seems to be a sure thing. It's seemingly not, now he's just not champion. Seemingly maybe he gets it back at the next pay-per-view. But
he probably should, but he probably also fucking shouldn't at this point. Because you don't admit that that would just be such an admission of failure if they just went right back to him.
Or an admission of like transitional. Like you're not really behind the guy. It's just you did it for shits and giggles. Which they did, to be honest with you. But they have that.
It's like when they use the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase, to just get it off somebody real quick.
Yeah. It's just one of those. It's one of those. So who knows? I mean, we've been talking about this since the initial news were kind of happening. We've been talking about this since it was going to be WWD was talking about something on Netflix, and maybe even a little bit before that. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on everything. It'll be interesting to see how this all turns out.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns. We got dates, baby. You say you're going to be here the whole summer.
I promise I'm working. Kinda. I promise I'm working. Kinda.
He's working the entire month of May. But after that, after Clash in Italy, which also happens at the end of May, so essentially we have 2 free shows this month. But after Clash in Italy, there seem to be no more dates listed for Roman Reigns.
Which I'm sure will be filled out. Will probably be filled out as the days get closer. I don't suspect not seeing him in June. It's a SummerSlam build time, but there is a Crown Jewel.
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions happening around then. So
he's on the poster. So
big write-off hours incoming.
Just randomly, Trick's head just shows up in the place that he's supposed to be, or Gunther.
Yeah, I fully suspect big write-off hours are incoming for everybody's Tribal Chief. I mean, good. I mean, this is there was some stat that was just like this is the first time he's worked weekly since like 2021 or some shit.
Yeah.
So
I think last Backlash he worked was 2021. I think he was in a 6-man tag, him and the Usos versus Randy, Riddle,
and Drew. I think. Yeah,
I believe so. So. It's definitely interesting. You think they renew their Saudi deal? I think we're coming up on the 10-year part of the deal.
I think they do.
Yeah, more money. Yeah, so we've made so much money. Let's stop here.
World issues notwithstanding, I don't think there's a world where they don't.
Maybe they're like, all right, slow your roll. They probably give him another WrestleMania. That's probably going to be baked in the deal. Like you're getting another WrestleMania at some point.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how Night of Champions works out. I mean, this issue overseas is like not getting better, and I can't help but think of the optics now are even worse. They were already bad, but holy fuck, they're terrible now.
But niggas, it's still booked for June 27th. So
it's so embedded. Like that's the thing. Like it's so fucking embedded into the way like their yearly returns. That like them not doing that, it's like what equivalent could they even have? They don't have one. So like they're tied to this until the fucking wheels come off, so to speak. Don't turn that into anything it's not supposed to be. But like they're stuck.
It just is what it is. Let's get into another bit of major news this week. After last week's cuts, where we had a ton of different releases, there are more that seemingly came out of nowhere. I'm sorry, Talatonga. I really did think it was you at some point. But it appears to be, while we'll get to the kind of like the 2, incredibly notable ones, JC Mateo and Tonga Loa have been officially released by WWE as of this week. They were on last week's SmackDown. seemingly getting a write-off, which is a lot more than other talent get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it was reported this week after, I think it's Saturday, they didn't show up on SmackDown. I was like, oh, maybe they're hurt. But no.
I was just like, damn, he whooped their ass that bad?
Yeah, that they didn't show up. Usually they show up. But no, it's just Tala and Solo. And who knows? We haven't heard anything about Tama Tonga, but I'm assuming he's still around.
He's still around. I think they're hammering home the divide between he and Solo, I think.
Right. So, which means Samoan summer is upon us. Thoughts about Tongalo and JC Mateo as we bid them adieu.
Tongaloa lasted way from the moment he debuted. was a mess. He stuck his finger up KO's ass. The last thing that we ever remember happening to him is that the table broke before Jacob Fatu could actually give him a splash.
He slid off the table and then got back on it, and then
just amazing. Just
a comedy of errors. A comedy of errors.
He provided us with some of the best comedy in the game.
And granted, he worked in WWE before, so this entire thing is just strange of how like he ends up comedy. Tears his bicep, is out for a long time, eventually comes back as part of this Wyatt's storyline where seemingly everyone's getting fired from it. And
I think you said last week there is a very big shift. You look at both shows and they just feel a lot fresher, especially Raw. They just feel a lot fresher.
I mean, it definitely cleared up a lot of space on that show.
It was Raw was tight on Monday. I was like, damn, it's so tight. They're in there early. But
JC Mateo, what are our thoughts on good old JC?
I mean, you take it away, brother.
Man, the heart and soul of the MFTs, the mascot even. This man was so unintentionally funny that I'm like, how did you end up here? That's legitimately from, I wouldn't say the moment. He had a pretty solid debut in terms of structured debut. He jumps a barricade, he beats someone up. Who knows it? It's Jeff Cobb. And now he goes through by JC Mateo. But he wrestled his first match in like a t-shirt and jeans.
Against LA Knight.
Yeah, against LA Knight. And then he wrestles he has 3 singles matches just ever. Let me look at his fucking cage match. Let me see how much actual matches he have.
A lot more tag man. Him and Jacob teamed up for a minute too.
It just didn't work out. Like it was like, what did we buy? That's how I feel like. If I was Triple H, I would be like, what did we just... He has his first match against LA Knight. He has another match against R-Truth. He gets Jimmy Uso multiple times. And then I think that's it from a solo match standpoint. They decided, we're not putting him in a solo match anymore. We're not even putting him on pay-per-views.
If you looked at him, like literally, it just takes a couple of seconds to look at the motherfucker and be like, they definitely probably felt like they got something bad. I think with JC, and we talked about this, I think briefly, did we not? Where it was just like, why the fuck is he not NXT? You know what I'm saying? Like why is he here? He probably needs to be helping NXT out.
Because he's 43 years old and been wrestling since.
And like Evil is in there. He in that thing.
He's been wrestling since 2009, apparently.
So like again, it's very perplexing as to
we're not on Patreon.
Huh? Oh yeah, we gotta respect it when it's on Patreon.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Yeah, I just feel like they got a rough go of it with JC Mateo. The name was whack, the look was whack. You know what's crazy? He looked so big on other people's TV, and he ain't look like shit. He looked like some bullshit.
He was part of the wackest group though. Like, shout out to Solo.
I feel like they not whack no more. I feel like the big nigga, the tall nigga, is probably all right now.
Mm.
You don't think so?
He definitely have some more match. I don't know, man. This is at this point, like he on the clock too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been hired just as long or seemingly longer than everybody else, and the nigga was just on the shelf. Like he was just chilling. So let me see. When was he hired? He was hired in 2024.
But
he didn't debut.
He was in NXT for a while, or like in developmental for a while. Not on TV
He
though.
didn't. Yeah, he didn't debut until
Last year.
August. Yeah, August 2025. He was under contract for a whole year. That's longer than JC Mateo was under contract, and he was just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they hitting the watch with him too. I'm sure. They're just like, yo, you better.
You can hear it.
You better show us something, nigga. You better show us something. You better hit a big boot, the biggest boot that you ever hit in your motherfucking life, man. Or we send you to AAA at least. So there too. Let's get into the actual releases that people generally care about. This was kind of surprising just to hear it, just because the nature of it. I was on TikTok enjoying my life, and then I jump back on Twitter, and it's like New Day is gone. What the hell? According to Fightful, because WWE doesn't officially report releases anymore, New Day and WWE mutually agreed on a.
Crazy about it. Last time they I can't let 30 niggas go. Without you niggas getting crazy.
New Day and New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods mutually agree on a departure from WWE. Not mutually together, mutually with WWE, I guess. And by mutually, I mean, okay. WWE is like, if you want, I mean, there's nothing more to talk about. I would just,
we talked a lot about this on Saturday.
So it's kind of,
you know where I stand. You know where I like. By the time, a lot of the times when like we talk about this, like me and Meelz talk about it at length in the chat. We'll get our like knee jerk reactions out the way. I don't usually tweet about shit like this no more because like you niggas is weird and I don't like tweet. But by the time it hits Tuesday, we got clear heads and we get to survey the reaction, right?
Yeah.
We get to survey the reaction and see how things really are and see the outcome. We see the responses from Kofi and Xavier. We see what they said, obviously, and get a better idea of like what's really good. And it looks like it was a pay cut dispute. The pay cut dispute that we mentioned a little bit earlier in terms of WWE. It's reported that they asked several people. Like the day before or 2 days before, we got to do some pay cuts. It's either you can get the pay cut or you can dip. And niggas was like, I ain't doing that shit. Some niggas said that. It seems to me that the majority of people that got that asked probably took it. Which like
I would imagine they're negotiating at least. I think at least you get some negotiation. Well, if I take a cut here, how about that? I would think at that point, but I don't know. TKO is also like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So who knows? But I mean, you're right. We discussed this at length on Saturday. I kind of like gushed my feelings about it on Twitter just because New Day is like, it's so important to.
He was really going through it.
I was because New Day is like an incredibly important tag team group of like the last decade. Like as someone who I think probably in a different regime, they're there forever. Or at least they transition to new roles and just they're cycled off of television. But never in my day. Right. But I'm thinking like one day Vince McMahon said, Ron Simmons, you're too old. Take a hike. Like that's or do something else. Let's put you on a Legends deal. Let's do something else. But no, I mean, they were incredibly just beloved by all, locker room seemingly leaders. Just one of the best tag teams of the year, one of the most creative groups, when you look at black talent in terms of on a professional wrestling scale, they're probably one of the more influential ones of like definitely in the last, maybe just of all time. Let me just start saying it. So it was jarring to see that they would release, not from a like business standpoint, because I kind of get it, but just it's jarring from the standpoint Kofi Kingston has been around for almost 20 years, like consistently on television for 20 years. So for him to be released, it's like it's kind of sobering in an aspect of like, wow, this actually happened. Xavier Woods as well, as much as I think he's a key component in their video game vertical, or at least like popularizing video games just beyond like
They still want him around for.
what happened.
They still want him around for.
But yeah, they seemingly reportedly still want him around for, whether he does it or not remains to see. But incredibly influential in that, and yeah, it's interesting to see. But I a pay cut dispute, I think we get it. Like if you ask me to take a certain pay cut and I'm like, no, I'm valued, I feel like I'm worth more than this, especially over the last 20 years. I don't, to me, it's like, all right, yeah, that's your prerogative. It's what you're worth. It's what you value. I think we've had many discussions. I've had many discussions, and I learned it early, kind of just in getting actual jobs, of like asking for what you believe that you're worth, or negotiating what you're worth, or trying not to be undervalued in that aspect. And I think they've reached that decision mutually themselves. What are your thoughts on this? Like, what are your thoughts on this? The release of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and what this kind of like, where we're kind of going with, I guess, the pay cut that TKO is asking for.
I think that we talked about this at length last week. I think that there is a concerted effort to kind of like reset a lot of things. I think that like they looked at it like, okay, if you're not a top person being pushed, this is what we got for you. If you're not a top guy, this is what we got for you. We got this for you, or you're not like a pushed person isn't getting that. You know what I'm saying? A pushed person isn't getting that a pay cut. Roman's not getting asked that. A lot of people aren't being asked that. You know what I'm saying? I think like that's just off the top clear to me that they're not being these things. But I think that like in totality, the New Day, in my opinion, they had their time, and their time. It probably would. There's probably a better way to do it.
Yeah,
in my eyes, they had their time, and I think that they had a great career. And if this was, I don't think this is let this be clear. This ain't the end for them.
No, it's not.
I think they'll be back one day. There's no way they don't come back.
The AEW niggas are jumping for joy. It's like, woo, it's a new day.
Yeah, like to me, even if they go somewhere else, they're gonna come back. And everyone has to know this. This is literally their home. I think that business does not always work out the way that people want it to work out. And I think this happens all the time. But you got to know that the door is legitimately always open for these two to come back, and
right.
that is what will happen, and it will be a joyous day for everyone. Everyone will be super happy about it, right? Like,
because it's not like they wanted to leave, nor do I think WWE wanted them to leave.
No, but I think
they just wanted them to take less money.
Yeah, this is the cards that are dealt, and they don't have to take that. And that's what I said earlier. You have to trust that these people know what the fuck is best for them, and that goes for the same people that take the pay cuts too. They might like their job. They might like the stability that it gives them. They might not want to go to AEW, which is shocking to some people. Kofi and Woods, there's no telling that they will go to Jacksonville, or they won't go to Jacksonville, or they'll do their own thing. Like, who knows what they do? At the end of the day, they're probably going. Let's just stop capping. Like, they're gonna go.
Yeah. I'm almost sure they're going.
Everybody's on their dick over there, so like they're gonna go do it. Like, literally, I'm like, bro, y'all. The thing about AEW that's funny when they do shit like that is that they love to do that, and then when they get there and the people see how ghetto it is, they love to treat them like shit. Like, that's literally what they do all the time. Am I wrong?
No, I mean it's really an acquired kind of. Here's my thing.
Other than the Bucks, what the fuck else they got to do there?
But for for a place where the tag is where the best wrestle, I don't think that's ever been Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods' MO.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that they're not great wrestlers, but they're not like we wrestle for the love of it. They're kind of like we like making people smile.
Yeah, they're characters. They're characters. Yeah.
So who knows how this ends up working? Because they could end up, just bullshitting forever, right?
Yeah.
But also maybe this is a situation that works considering that so many people backstage are former WWE employees and so many they're like beloved in the business, in the industry of wrestling.
Yeah, anyone would want them. Anyone, that's the thing too. Anyone would want them. And I think that like for the people that are like, it's a fumble. I said this last week. You don't fumble on purpose. You don't get the football and someone say, "Oh shit, I'm gonna just drop it." No one fumbles it on purpose. This is very purposeful. They clearly wanted to take the pay cut. There's an impasse in what they do. And again, these are guys that are used to making a certain amount. So like if they want to get that certain amount, go get it. I'm pretty sure they fucking said, go get it. We don't got it for you right now. And like I said earlier, record profits don't mean record profits across the board, especially if talent pay has gone up. That is what it is there in talent. And then there's marketing. Then there's the people in the office and all of that shit. That's just what it is. This isn't even no like they're gonna say I'm bootlicking again. Whatever. It's the reality of the shit. It's capitalism. I'm not bootlicking. I'm telling the truth. It's capitalism.
Yeah.
As someone who's been laid off multiple times, I'm not riding for a company. I'm just telling you what they're gonna say. What they say it is. And regardless of the fact, these motherfuckers are still independent contractors and they still sign WWE and AEW anyway. At the end of the day.
Right. And so the real part of, I don't mean to cut you off. Continue, actually.
But when you look at the New Day, I look at a 10-year. They did and got more out of this 16, 17, 18 years than anyone ever could have imagined. Especially with the gimmick that they had coming in. The gimmicks that they had coming in. They got way more out of it. I tend to think of something like this when there's ain't no such thing as lifers no more.
Yeah, I mean that was the sobering reality for it. Like the day of lifers is over.
Unless you Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, probably the Usos at this point,
or it's a nigga who likes pay cuts,
or Solo, the nigga who like pay cut. Solo was a team player. Shout out to Solo. But I'm telling you, ain't no lifers unless you're like the top class guys, and then people like, well, we're looking at somebody was like, we're looking at someone actually looked at the amount of time that it's taken, like call-ups and the returns to stay on contract. They were like, it's 1 to 2 years between the call-ups. And I was like, yeah, but the people that you talking about, they not Trick Williams, they not Javon Evans, they not Obafemi. Them niggas are getting let go anytime soon. So like, what do you say?
Do you feel like also, because I'm looking at it from like, obviously the business is there, but you got to look at it also from the culture of wrestling, right? Like in a sense, you kind of need these vets, and no, you don't need to pay them. I mean, I guess a ton of fucking money, but vets are kind of needed in the locker room to kind of like shepherd along talent, and that was kind of what New Day was, be able to provide that. I don't know if this kind of precedent set keeps that culture there. It more operates it like an actual team.
There are more people on that roster that can be locker room leaders and vets in the back on that show, even that are there. It's not just them. I think the locker room will be in a good place. They got Roman now, and he looks like he stays for the whole show.
Yeah, man.
So like ultimately,
it looks like it.
Ultimately, they got what they need from there. I don't think this changes a single thing in that company because, like I said, Kofi is one of the most athletic, tenured, talented Black wrestlers of all time. Yeah. If not the. However, Javon Evans is 22 years old. Obafemi, pretty young himself. Trick Williams, pretty young guys. I feel like they got a long time in this business. I wouldn't say I wouldn't write these guys off. I don't know about you. I wouldn't write these guys off. Sounds like they're going to be pretty fine.
But do you see the value of having someone like a Kofi and Xavier Woods there, especially someone who understands how crowds work and understands how things work? Like I'm looking at, I don't want to be more. I don't want to be more. Right. I don't want to be morbid in like saying like, oh, this person could be next, right? But ultimately, I look at people like, for instance, Sheamus. And yeah, I know Sheamus is hurt. Um, but he's someone like, yo, a feud with him, it builds toughness. There's invaluable things that they kind of bring that they can help shepherd along a roster that's still relatively new. We're gonna look at the roster one day and it's like, damn, everyone's, 35 and under. And then,
They're not all
just
that though. They're not all that.
yeah. I'm just, you know, I'm not necessarily like worried. Ultimately, I kind of look at what the show is, and I'll still support Kofi and Xavier Woods and whatever they do. I think they're tremendous talents, but I do wonder how this could have effect on the culture of WWE. And while we look at it, right, we look at it as like the business, and I think people do understand the business. I look at kind of the people backstage when these things happen, when cuts happen, when we're there at our job, we're like, man, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like that was a good person or that was a good guy. Ultimately, the job continues to roll on. The day continues to go on. At the end of the day gonna end. But you know, you build these situations where it's like, I remember at my last job, and I'll say that confidently at BuzzFeed. After so many cuts, I was like, damn, I know I'm getting cut. Like it's just part of the entire system. So I wonder what it does for morale in a standpoint of like, yo, any of us could be expendable at any fucking point. Like it's really like stars or not stars. And ultimately it's WWE who determines your value. If they decide to push you to the
No. You determine your value, and that's why they left.
well, no, I mean WWE determines whether they want to give you a pay cut or not. I don't think they're approaching Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns as like pay cut status. And I know they're incredibly tenured, but WWE from a standpoint promotes you, puts you on the screen, gives you this many time, give you this creative, give you sets of matches. I don't think a person like, and I'm just using this as an example, Ray Phoenix could be like, nah, nigga, I'm not taking the cut. It's like, no, but we don't use you. Like, but that it's not his problem that they don't use him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just WWE determines your value and then ultimately decides that WWE determines your value in terms of what their value is to them on screen. And then if it's not there, then they choose to kind of like cut you. It's
that sounds like a regular job to me.
Yeah, but ultimately, I mean, I think that everyone
like we thought, like the thing that we thought was going to make this thing different is not this thing that is happening anymore.
Yeah,
and I think the culture behind the scenes, we don't know because we're not back there. But I name many veterans that are tenured and still going at it today that are still back there, and that includes the producers as well. So I think that you look at Kofi and Xavier, and the reason that they're being asked to do the pay cut is clear as day on screen. It's clear as day on screen. Like, I don't think they're going to be considered for like a top level program probably ever, like at this point. And I think that it's like, if that's the case, they need to move on. I don't think it's bad for them to move on from that if they don't have if they're not going to be used the way that they want to be used.
No, I agree. I just think it's WWE who's determining, like, if they wanted to book Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against the Usos in a main event slot, they could probably find creative for that. I think
they did it last year too.
No. I just think they're talented enough to be able to pull it off, is what I'm saying. Now, whether they choose to do it is a different story. And it's them choosing not to do it that says, hey, you're not really the guy. So, it is what it is. It's a complicated situation, I think.
Do you think they should have? Because I mean, I don't think that they're necessarily even focused on tag team stuff, and they're not going to be, they're not going to be single stars right now. They're clearly going in a different direction with other people that are on the show now. Ethan Page, Penta, Javon Evans, Oba, all those people have lapped them. Seth Rollins and Roman are still their main event guys. Kofi had his time in the main event sun. You know
but I do think if you're able to last this long, it should warrant some sort of like,
you would think that. However,
right.
Like you ain't saying nothing but a thing to me. I completely agree. However, you would think that, but that's just not the case, Meelz. It's just not the case.
It really isn't. But we wish Kofi, Xavier.
AEW. Can we keep going?
No. I'm wrapping it up.
They about to be fucking in AEW. Are you? The thing about it is that this is the same thing that happens. And I said this in the chat the other week. They're gonna go there. People are gonna look at what they're doing, and then they're gonna be like, people are gonna make that noise.
Yeah, I don't think their skill set is the best for AEW. While they can have good matches, I don't think in the last, other than matches when they're given a program that's with teeth, they can definitely, rise to the occasion. But like I said, their brand is not, I work awesome matches. So we'll see.
That's a WWE character through and through.
Yeah. Bobby chilling. Let's get to the recap of the shows, and then let's predict a few things, and let's get the hell out of here. We'll do a little new segment. Call it the AAA show.
Oh God, that should be our new name.
It should be at this point. If I could speak Spanish, well, who needs to speak Spanish? I speak Rey Mysterio at this point. Ray's just following along with the show as we're following along with the show.
You hear him
tremendous. Yeah. No, it's again, it proves to be kind of like the best hour on television. A really fantastic match between Vikingo and Mini Vikingo, where Mini Vikingo, who is legitimately
or working or shooting, is he hurt for real?
He looks to be hurt. That looked like it hurt, is what I'll say.
That would suck.
I think it would too. Because he wasn't part of the last like hullabaloo. The doctors are clearly working on him, but Omos was beating up someone he probably shouldn't have been for that as long as he should have been. But Mini Vikingo, I think, was born in 2008.
Oh my lord! I was talking to somebody at work today when I was just like, "Were you born when was you born, nigga? If you were born in 2007, like we not cool, bro. Like we not cool at all." She was like, "No, I was born in 98." I was like, "All right, when the N64 was out, bet."
98.
You remember? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
she's almost 20 something, or 30.
The time before. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But that was great. Kaiser Americano and Gable Americano.
You see, they're starting to switch it up. I think they finally realized, oh shit, like we should probably make them a babyface in America.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? But it was it was definitely Kaiser Americano. Just I'm confused why he was suddenly a babyface in America and not. But I think now that they're heading towards the pay-per-view, they're like, yeah, we should probably switch him. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, this should line up correctly. So it lines up now.
Great fucking segment, man. Who would have thought just the heat of getting Kaiser Americano's girlfriend, Andrea Bartazzi. Sorry if I fucked up your name, baby girl.
My question was, how did he have the power to fire her?
I think it's because she assaulted him.
Oh.
Kind of, I guess. Whatever. She insulted him unprovoked. So he was like, my one thing of getting this match is that she has to be fired. Which is like, wow, what a bitch.
But what you can do is like after, which I think Kaiser will lose, like after he loses, like have her come out and they kiss and shit. That'd be fire. Tiffany be like sick. Tiffany trying to be like,
what? Kiss your weird boyfriend on the show, man. Kiss your weird boyfriend on whatever vlog you got going on. You're whatever.
That was very insightful, Meelz.
Yes, thank you. I didn't know what to call when there's like when they did waking up and now I'm going to the thing. I forgot what it's called currently.
Get ready with me.
Yeah, get ready with me. There we go. But that was a AAA show. Great stuff. I saw some spoilers and some stuff that's coming up, so I'm very excited. Yeah. Some with the women. La Catalina.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that. She signed.
Oh.
Her and Danielle, the new
Is La Flammer still available?
Me and Flammer, we change. We change.
Okay, let's get to the main shows this week. There's a couple stuff that happened on the actual shows this week. SmackDown, Ricky Saints. I keep writing Ricky Starks in the thing. I'm never going to shake it. Ricky Saints makes his SmackDown debut. He got the works.
He got the Cody.
He got the custom Cody package where interrupts a Cody promo, leads to a match, loses the match, but looks strong during it. Got the whole, this must have been a fantastic event for them, just knowing how great friends they are and all this other stuff like that. How are you rating Ricky Saints' debut?
I thought in the beginning it was like people were kind of like, who the fuck is this? And then toward the end of that promo, they really got behind him and actually got Cody some like sustained, 100 cheers to boo ratio. I think that they actually got him over in that sense. So fair play to them for that. But I also think that the match kind of solidified it as well. I thought it was to me, since the Oba match, like Ricky's best work that he's done. I thought they had a really solid match in the middle of the show too, which is very interesting. Cody can't even make him in his own show anymore.
Yeah, man, Cody don't even have matches anyway. We've been getting the solo theater for a number of weeks now. So it's yeah. It just is what it is. So, shout out to him. I give his debut an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it an 8. It was a pretty good debut.
Yeah.
I am not mad at any of the call-ups that did stuff over the past 2 weeks.
No. Maybe Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe didn't. I was like, Blake Monroe's coming this week. Oh, it's a vignette.
Who do you think they're putting her against?
Probably also, Jordan Grace.
Also with the news that Chelsea's out for a sustained amount of time. Who do you think they're putting her with?
Jordan Grace, probably.
Well, see, I thought that too, but they just did that in NXT.
I know, but the WWE likes to go with like, we know how to make her look good, put her with someone she's familiar with. Because I don't know if they're just gonna. I mean, she might. Who knows, Julia? Something along those lines.
Putting her with Tiff would be quite inspired, and I say that with full wholeheartedness. That would be quite inspired if they put her with Tiff. Not even gonna.
I don't know. I think she would. Tiff is.
What's wrong with Tiff, man?
I don't know. I'm picturing a Blake Monroe and Tiffy Stratton program, and I'm just like, Blake is going to talk around her, walk around her.
He is going to bust her ass on the mic.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you suck.
To be fair, I feel as though the women's division is a lot more balanced on the show now. So, like, there's definitely some avenues and ways that they can go, for sure.
Absolutely. JC Jane defeated Charlotte on SmackDown this week.
People was red hot about this. I'm like, why are y'all so mad about this? Like, y'all want new talent to get over, then you don't want them to get over. They were red fucking hot about.
Shout out to Charlotte, man. Charlotte with the JOB.
Listen, I'm not dumb. I know what this is, and you know what this is too.
Come on, man. Austin wouldn't have done this.
I know what this is. Austin didn't have to live in the social media age. I know what
Austin would have won by DQ.
Exactly. Like Austin didn't have to live in the social media age. You know what this is. She buttering niggas up, and I need people to stop falling for the bullshit.
Hey man, she angling for the Rhea.
Stop falling for the malarkey. Stop falling for the malarkey, bro.
No, me and Rhea at Night of Champions. Think about that. The Saudis would love it.
Shit, bro. Stop believing the hype with this woman. We know what she's doing. We know what she's doing.
I don't know what Alexa would do if I guess she would be in the U.S. title scene if that team ever broke up.
She gonna take a break.
Yeah, probably. I mean, she not.
Alexa, like I pay my fucking dues.
Yeah, she's a performer. She's definitely someone who I like in AEW. No. Why would she be there?
No, this is her home. This is her home.
Yeah, this is her home. She gets the pay cut. She's leaving. and just not going back. She's retiring.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling don't pay as much as it used to. That's her excuse.
I feel like she's ready to do that anyway. So
a little bit. After the Ricky Saints match, Gunther shows up out of nowhere. It's like, you thought I was feuding with LA Knight? Broke ass nigga.
Well, this to me seems like the oh shit, Brock retired and didn't tell nobody pivot that they were doing here. Because this can't be the favor. Because you see Heyman talking to all this episode in the background.
Right.
This can't be the favor, right?
I mean, if Brock retired,
this nigga, this all I got for you, nigga. I can't give you Brock, but I can give you this, nigga.
I get you a WWE Championship match, man. You know, it's like, just stay away from Braun. But I mean, Cody versus Gunther rematch.
It's good money. Do you think they can this week or no? He's talking on the show this week.
Nah, you get Clash in Italy right here. They thinking in the future. They thinking in 4D.
My thing is like, I just don't feel like Gunther needs the title. That's my read. I feel like you retired John Cena, AJ Styles. You're above a world championship for quite some time. I don't know.
If he don't get the chance to retire Brock, I don't know what's going on anymore. I thought we were building up to something here. If Brock decided to dip and it's like, nah, nigga, fuck that. Who knows? But I feel like this could be an instance where Gunther gets a favor. Maybe the favor doesn't go through. Gunther tries to assault Heyman. Brock comes back.
That'd be nice. I think I predict that on the week after. I think that. But we'll see. If he's not retired, this is the best work ever.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Gingerbread Man is dead. We saw a live murder on television.
Really good Sami Zayn promo. Hilarious character work from Trick Williams. You got to call a spade a spade. Sometimes silly comedy does work. I'm sorry. This shit was-
at what point did you realize that Gingerbread Man wasn't Sami Zayn anymore?
When they were carrying that nigga. They was carrying him in a commercial. They was carrying him. I did think on some weird shit that he was gonna move. But then he did.
Like it's Sting.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna move, but I was looking at it. Is that nigga breathing? But he wasn't breathing. It was
no. I guess what they're not telling us is that Sammy, I guess, stole the suit, filled it with some sort of material, and then just spent the day beating it up. Ripped its lips off. Its big old lips off.
Whoa! What you trying to say, brother?
I don't know, but Trick came down in his lemon pepper steppers, hitting them rock punches. Suddenly he punched him like the Rock.
He's feeling himself.
Nah, he did. He hit a spin and sent him over the top rope.
Really good Sami Zayn promo though. I'll say that. Yeah,
absolutely. Then they had
his turn. His turn is reminded me of Punk's turn in 2007 or 8 or 9. It was one of those years.
Yeah, I agree. Gingerbread Man is dead.
There will be a funeral.
There will be a funeral this week on SmackDown.
I'm expecting cinema. I'm sorry. I'm expecting cinema.
I'm also expecting cinema.
There is no way.
Let's write this.
There is no way this is not cinema this Friday.
God bless. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Shit.
They gotta put the Gingerbread Man in 2K. Sorry.
Like Aki Man in No Mercy.
Yeah, I don't make the rules. Let's go to Raw.
On Raw, Braun Breaker and the Vision. Oh, I guess we could talk about this on the show. When we do Backlash. Roxanne proves her allegiance to the Judgment Day. Liv presses her backstage.
Proves her allegiance. I'm like, man, I don't trust that bitch either, Roxanne. Ain't nobody about to big boy me like that in front of niggas.
No.
Yeah, she big boying niggas.
I was like, what? She was like, listen, why didn't you tell me about Finn? Why did I have to watch Netflix to see that Finn there? I was like, I don't fucking know. He showed up 4 seconds after you left me.
I'll say this. It's compelling. I'm sports entertained with this storyline. I'm sorry.
I need everyone in this program to be bubble wrapped.
Yes, because this needs to happen.
This
And the
year.
thing is, the runway is very, very clear for Roxanne to kind of turn and become like the baby face that we know that she could be.
Absolutely.
I don't know if this was the plan before Steph got hurt. I don't know if this was the plan, but this works for me. I'm feeling it. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too. Also in this instance, I guess JD McDonough beats Finn Balor.
Yes, he does. Good win.
JD McDonough, man. Maybe a pay cut legend. Who knows?
He's a team player. It's Finn Balor, probably a team player.
Nah, Finn Balor is like, yo, you cut my pay, I'm leaving, nigga.
Where you gonna go? They say, where the fuck you gonna go?
You know where I'm going, and he throws up the E or a W or whatever the fuck it is.
And then Nick Khan nodded and said, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck that mean? y'all sinking anyway. You'll be right back.
Hey man, well let me wait for the police sirens to finish passing. Ethan Page and Rusev and Penta and Javon.
Ethan and Rusev need to be a thing.
I feel like it revived the mid-card tag team.
Yeah,
it's like it's reviving the mid-card Intercontinental title division.
We got a good mid-card. I was like, whoa, do we have a mid-card now?
Are we working here? Wait a minute, nigga.
Do we got niggas that's working in the mid-card? I said, hold up, let me find out.
I booked it last week. You thought it wasn't going to happen. And then I was like, you know what?
That's okay. I said, let me find out. Even Rusev kind of enjoyable on this shit. I said,
yeah, a little bit. Right, I think it's the Ethan Page experience.
Ethan is good, and I think that people are really starting to warm up to the fact that this nigga he can be in any type of situation and it works for him. You know,
absolutely. Ethan Page gets the big win over Penta. Got to be thinking he's getting a shot at the Intercontinental title in a couple of weeks.
I think
maybe in Italy.
As a perennial Intercontinental champion material, he will always be in the picture for the Intercontinental Championship.
Absolutely. Potential 5-time Intercontinental champion. We need to return to the era of 5-time Intercontinental champions.
I loved the fact that he couldn't get his finisher off, and that he kept trying to get the finisher off, and he couldn't do it. And then finally, he was able to. He manufactured a new move in order to finish off Penta. It was a really good touch. I like.
That's what we call being a functional wrestler. Obafemi's open challenge.
White boy challenge.
Hey man, Otis got that work.
It's only been white boys, but Otis, he doing what he got to do. Possible pay cut legend.
Pay cut legend right here. Yeah,
keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. He may be a pay cut legend, but
check what he driving. Check what he driving.
Nigga, people are acting like WWE's leaving these niggas with crumbs.
No more Teslas. Remember the Tesla era?
I'm like, bro, whatever the pay cut is, give me that. Nigga, like whatever your pay cut is, I need that now.
Hey man,
but they're not making fucking crumbs here. But if you're a guy that's used to a certain amount of money, like I completely get it. Go get your bread. But really good stuff here. Oba with the character work is really good. They're getting it right with him, and I think that it's working because he's not just a typical beast wrestler. You know, he has some layers to his comedy.
Absolutely. I think it's just, how do we keep this person on top? We want to book him for something big, i.e. probably King of the Ring. How do we keep him on television relevant while we do that, considering he's still relatively new to this audience? And they're figuring out with this open challenge.
Bring back Braun Strowman for like a month. Give him a 10-day. Give him a 10-day.
Give him a 10-day, bro.
Give him a 10-day. Let him work it out like Ron. All right, act right, and we might bring it back for a couple more days in 10. But if you act right, we can make this work. Get this guy over, and we'll see what's good next week. Give him a little 10-day. Have him work. See who's the best big man. Do a rerun of
the promote a show. Promote a show.
Exactly. Promote the show. Come back for a little bit, and we'll see about the rest. What's wrong with that?
We'll see about it. Sol Ruka is signing her contract and is interrupted by Becky Lynch.
Did she just wake up and know how to cut promos on Monday?
It was probably very choreographed, to be honest with you.
So choreographed or not, she delivered it very well. She did a really good promo.
Well, she didn't deliver very well. You hate to see it. If we had an Inside the NBA show, this was definitely my you hate to see it moment of the night.
But was it really that bad though? Like I like she slipped a little bit, but she ended up doing a move. It ain't like she ended up on her ass.
Yeah, but the move is how fluid and the shit is, man. It's like,
well, you know who was moving slow? Becky, because that's the reason why she fucked up.
Hey man,
because Becky wasn't looking up. Becky was not looking up. I'm like, Becky, please look up.
Hey man,
like you have
to be able. He's supposed to be able to hit that bitch out of nowhere, bro.
But you know who did hit it right, and I need y'all to look at who hit it right. Who got hit with it right? Charlotte. She got hit with it right. And I'm like, I know what it is, Charlotte. You can't fool me. You can't fool me. Leave me alone.
You think Becky Hogan jobbed her out? Becky Hogan's like, I'm not taking that shit properly.
No, I
fuck out of here.
I think Becky don't know how to take the move. Where Charlotte was more so like, I got to take this move right so that people can love me.
Oh,
I'm not.
I hear you.
I'm not dumb, Becky. I know. Or Charlotte, I know what's up.
I hear you. Let's get the Backlash predictions.
Yep, Backlash, Tampa. Roman Reigns
Tampa.
We coming here because he live up the street. So don't even.
But John Cena's also lives up the street, so he'll be there too.
Yeah, all you niggas live up the street. So
John Cena's announcing something important. What could it be?
Probably Club WWE.
Club WWE. He opening app signups.
Yeah, that's all.
Sign up to that.
He just want to do shit like that now.
We took New Day's things and we took New Day's salaries, and now we're funneling it into experiential entertainment.
Would y'all want them to be fucking hosting Club WWE shit? Y'all be like they being wasted. Now they get to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. $9.99 a month just to. I wonder what this Club WWE shit is. Oh, we'll figure it out.
Join.
How do you take us through the matches? Yeah, we should join
and tell people how it is when it goes up.
Okay,
let's join.
All right, sounds good. We're gonna be ultimate shills. We're gonna be the shills of shills.
We're doing it for research. It's like it's our patrons pay for this.
We'll pay for my AEW just in case too. Just so everyone's it's fair and balanced.
Not gonna do that. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. There's a lot of regular ass matches on this show, but
good man.
This was a shockingly well built show for only 3 weeks lead in. I will say
it's Backlash. It's Backlash Colton Tampa.
At Backlash. Seth versus bro. That Danhausen shit had me weak.
Bro. He gets it, bro. He gets it.
He really does get it. I'm sorry. He might be a hit, I fear. He might be a hit. He might not be a flop, I fear. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. They've been scrapping for the last couple of weeks. With Braun getting the best of Seth at every fucking turn imaginable for the past couple of weeks since his return. I feel like this, Meelz, and I said this last week, get it over with. Have Braun beat him and move these two away from each other. This storyline is just like gone on and on and on. People have been injured. People have been uninjured. I'm like, this is what y'all wanted to do. Get it over with.
And all Braun does is spear niggas. So it's not like he's not necessarily, doing anything crazy. The nigga cut a promo this week holding his nose.
That shit was corny. I would just love just give us something, anything, brother. Some semblance of a character for this kid.
Yeah. I'm just going to hope the match is good. That's all I can say about that.
It's going to be good. Seth is going to will it to a 4. I think Braun is capable of a 4, and Seth will definitely will it there. So no problems there. But just get it over with. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with probably Braun.
You can't. And another thing is, Braun's not losing his fucking return match. It's not happening. Sorry.
Yeah. So, did Seth win last month? Oh, he got DQ'd. Yeah, it was DQ'd.
Guy versus Asuka with the apparent rumor. There is apparently a 50% chance, Meelz, Big Kyrie Sane returns to finish the storyline out.
I would not return to finish the storyline out. I'm just. You would have to pay me to return. I would not. You know when a job, niggas in the real world don't know. You know when a job cuts you, and it's like, but your final date is technically going to be this date. But we're letting you know we're letting you go today. I'm not working. Don't ask for shit. Cut my shit off, bro. Send the checks.
Unless she's back, which like I'm pretty sure people will be happy about. But I think it'd be a nice moment for all the fucking people who were mad about it, I guess. But
she'll be back. They signed her a 1-year deal.
They've hyped this
vet minimum.
They've hyped this a lot. It's a match we thought we were going to get at Mania, a match that me and you kind of knew we were getting at the show. And I mean, Io Sky and Asuka, they can make magic. I think that there's enough bad blood between the two to make this really, really good. They've held off on the payoff, so to speak, for this for quite a long time. So like I think that there's definitely some good smoke here to be had between these two.
Give them 20 minutes. You know?
And there's time to. I mean, if one thing you can't say about these 5-match cards is everything is time. So
yeah, absolutely.
Time. I think I got Io Sky winning this.
I'm gonna go with Asuka just for the sake of parody.
And if Kyrie returns, she will be the reason why the Io wins.
Kyrie asserts her own independence. Yeah, I actually hate both of you.
Says, "Here you go," and then says, "You know what though? I've done my job. I'm out."
Yeah. Oof. I had to go back to my home planet.
Yeah. Trick Williams with Lil Yachty versus Sami Zayn rematch for the United States Championship. Now, if I was a Vince Russo ass nigga, I would have Lil Yachty turn on Trick Williams and be like, "You let me get beat up mad times, nigga, and I'm gonna treat you like caribou, and I'm gonna turn."
That's not a bad idea, bro.
And then have Sammy dress
Yachty heat. It's already built in.
No, but wait. Then give Sammy a Concrete Boys chain, some Concrete Boys Air Force Ones, and have him wear some Chrome Hearts. And then that's like the ultimate way to babyface Trick Williams. It's like, yo, like Sammy completely turns into, this is for my day ones, all my homies out there. And then have, you know how they say like, Lord forbid a white boy have a little bit of emotion? Have him say that. And fucking, bro, this is gold. You know it's gold.
I like the turn. I don't like all the other accessories that's been added to whatever you're saying.
He got to wear the Concrete Boys chain.
He can wear the Concrete Boys chain. I think Yachty turning on Trick Williams would be classic. I think people would want to see Yachty get beat up just like they do in regular life.
You want Trick to chase.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what low-key was in my brain as well. It's like, oh, you want Trick to chase. So maybe he loses it.
On the lowest of keys, though. On the lowest of keys. You feeling me? You feeling me with this?
I'm feeling you.
Walk with me. Walk with me some more. All right? Walk with me some more. On the lowest of keys, Carmelo Hayes might come out.
It's been a while.
He's been suspiciously missing.
I'm gonna keep it buck. More than him being missing, the Ilya being missing of it all is what's upsetting me.
He might be hurt.
I don't know, bro. He was just in the fucking Andre Battle Royal. Nigga, just do something. Come on, it's fucking Ilya, bro. But it is what it is. Whatever. I'm still picking Trick to win. I hope your idea happens though.
I'm gonna pick Sami Zayn just for chaos.
Okay. All right.
Danhausen and a partner.
Do you think this will be the actual match order?
No, well, yes, it is because they said that Seth and Braun are on the first hour. So I'm guessing. I think Io and Oscar is the second match. I think. And
okay.
It was announced like real backhanded. Hold on, let me see if they actually confirmed. The first match. They did mention that Braun and Seth was was going to be in the first hour on the show. Honestly, if they were smart, I would do this in the Danhausen Kit Wilson joint.
I would also do that. Such Thursdays. I don't think they announced the matches yet. But yeah, first hour on ESPN 2. So it will have a rating.
Who do you think Danhausen's partner is going to be?
Shit, man. I'm kind of excited. I don't know.
Too early for John Cena. It's way too early for John Cena.
It's way too early for John Cena.
They said somebody who likes money. They said the other day. I honestly, it's either Royce Keys or somebody that's returning. That hasn't been around for a minute. Yeah, it could be Ilya. To be honest with you.
Hey man, I would say Royce Keys just tentatively.
Yeah, Royce Keys versus Ilya would be a banger. I'm not gonna catch you.
I think it's King of the Ring coming up. So
I like they're playing a slow game with him, and I'm not mad at it. Danhausen's gonna win. This should be in the first hour though. For sure.
The way they firing niggas is speed it up.
Wait, what are you talking about? Who?
For Royce Keys.
Speed what up? Oh, Ilya?
No. I'm saying for Royce Keys. I'm like, if you don't wait a whole year to not do anything and then be like, oops, well, sorry, we're cutting people and we're not doing anything with you. That's kind of my thing for Royce Keys.
Are you that scared about niggas getting fired right now?
If they not booking shit for you, yeah, you more than like you liable to be in the dirt with everybody else. Yeah,
book for shit.
Well, I'm just saying it could happen. It happened to Aleister.
Like Aleister Black. Are you serious?
Maybe Aleister Black comes back.
Like seriously, bro. Seriously. Jesus, man, get offline. Main event time.
This should be good.
I think it'll be good. Roman Reigns with Jacob. We're getting cinema. Well, we know this. They should just go ahead and make this a unsanctioned match. I was again not a fan of the way Roman was stumbling and fumbling all over this promo on Monday.
They trained the tongue and death grip like he pulled a pistol on the nigga.
That you use when you death grip.
You don't use it against family. You use it against other niggas. I was just like, and then he whips it out anyway. He's like, I got a gun and I'm gonna know how to use it. Yeah. I'm not booing for Jacob Fatu, so
well, they didn't want to boo him on Monday either. So I'm like, I need them to hurry up and figure this out. So that you can actually have this guy be a honest to God baby face the way he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like stop playing around. Like stop fucking playing. And just let this guy be who he is. I think there's going to be a great match. I think there's going to be a lot of attrition as to like where this places Jacob in terms of the hierarchy of main eventers. But I think this is doing exactly what it should do in the sense that it's like, yo, it is time to get this guy made. And I think that's ultimately going to be what this does. I am a big fan of the way that they have kind of like gotten him hot in the past month. And even though I'm not a huge fan of like how they've been doing this in terms of the Roman of it all, I just want this to get over with so he could go ahead and be like that nigga on SmackDown where he should be. Roman should be good. He always seems to go out all out for his family, so I have no doubts that he will here. But I expected for him to win. Not just win, but just survive. Like I don't win. He just needs to survive, and I think that's what it'll be. I honestly feel like he might do a roll up, but I would caution them away from doing like a definitive, not even to say definitive. It's probably the wrong word, but just like a finish where it's the spear and he's done. It needs to be like a Umaga match where you don't beat him with a pin. You have to survive against him in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, don't just pack him up. Yeah, that's what I would say.
You need to survive. You know what I mean? Not just like go that way. But yeah, I think Roman wins this. There's no doubt about it. I still stand on the fact that I think it's gonna go Jacob, maybe one more match with Jacob, Braun, and then Gunther for SummerSlam.
I don't know. Something about it that's picturing old Bafemi because the winner of
I'd
Winner
wait.
of King of the Ring does a SummerSlam.
I'd wait till like Rumble time for that. You can wait.
So do you think Obafemi's facing Cody? He went in King of the Ring.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not certain about that. I'm just not certain.
Okay. Whoever wins King of the Ring is supposed to get the SummerSlam shot. Technically,
I know.
I don't know if the rule's going to be changed this year.
But I know that's the deal. But I'm not sold on it being over yet. I gotta see. Gotta see. And that's Backlash. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be really dope. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, we'll be back next week with the results from Backlash. And we got quite some time before Clash in Italy, do we not?
Because I think it's like 2 weeks. It's legitimately like 2 weeks. It's at the end of the month.
Holy fuck, bro! We have mad free shows. You weren't kidding.
I think after this is Saturday night's main event too.
Saturday night's main event, and then it'll be
Clash in Italy the following Saturday.
Night of Champions, and then there's another Saturday night's main event on July 18th. They got these niggas where they ain't seeing their families for a minute. But yeah, we'll have all of the results from all this next week. So thank you guys for listening to the show. For Meelz, I'm Justin. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.